Hello! I'm so excited for today. Today I wanted to tell a little bit of the story behind the book that I wrote, Accordion Nights, which I love. It was a passion project that I did for my family. It was a Christmas gift that I gave them 2 years ago, I think. A year ago, 1 year ago. So today I wanted to tell a little story. When I was 10 years old, my great-grandma, her name was Fern, moved in with us. Well, she moved in right back behind our house. She had a little trailer that she lived in. She had a dog. She had a little golf cart that she would use to go around and, I don't know, do whatever she wanted. And it was, a lot of people don't get the opportunity to even meet their grandparents, let alone their great-grandparents. So I feel like it was a huge privilege for me to be able to meet my great-grandma. I'd known her forever. I'd always known her. But not only to be able to meet her, because a lot of people don't get to meet their grandparents, but I got to get to know her really well, especially when she came and lived with us. And that was such a sweet and beautiful experience. And then a couple years later, she died. When I was 12. One of my fondest memories of my great-grandma is when she would get out her big accordion. She had an accordion and she would get it out and she would start to play and she would start to sing old songs, especially there's a song that I remember she would always play and it was "My Wild Irish Rose, the sweetest." I don't remember how it goes, but I love it. It's so beautiful and it always reminds me of my grandma, or my great-grandma, not that I ever listened to it, but if it were to come on, I would definitely think of her. More correctly, when I think of her, I think of that song as well. A few years ago, I had an idea. We were living really far away from all of my family, so I felt like pretty separate from my family, and I'm very close to my family, so that was a big deal. And I started looking in more to our family history and stories of our past. I have an amazing family. The people, the men and women that have made up my family history are incredible and wonderful, and there's so many good examples from all of these people that I benefit from, getting to know them and everything. Anyway, I'm so grateful for the family that I've come from. And so as I was thinking about my family history and I was thinking about the fact that I was so far away from my family, I thought it would be really cool to write a little kid's book about my great-grandma, about different family history stories. And I think it would be a really expensive endeavor if I had to go find someone to write it and find someone to illustrate it, but luckily I can illustrate. And I was blessed one night, I was thinking about it and I just started writing and I wrote the script. And it pretty much came all in one night, which isn't common for me. Writing doesn't usually come super easy for me. It takes a little bit more preparation. And B, there's another book that I've been working on and I still can't get the freaking script. I can't get it right. Anyway, so this was it was a one-off and it was beautiful. It was a really cool experience. I've been posting a lot on Instagram about this book that I had written. And so I thought it'd be really fun to read it to you guys and share it. So here it is. Okay. Accordion Nights. I'm gonna pretend that you're all like a bunch of little children and I'm at a library, what do you call those? Where the illustrator, the animator, not animator, wow. The illustrator or the writer goes and they do the little trips to the libraries. Accordion Nights. Okay, Accordion Nights by Judy Lou Benavente. Good, it says that. Okay, good. So this is the front cover. I got it self-published through Lulu, and I did it specifically through them because a lot of self-publishing doesn't necessarily make it so that, they don't have the option for you to put in inside covers. And I love inside covers so much. And so with Lulu, you can do it with the magazine option. You can't do it with their regular book option, but with the magazine option, the front cover can have an inside artwork, which I love. Okay, so I dedicated this book to my nieces and nephews because that is who I wrote it for. I wanted them to be able to have a little, a little piece of the beautiful memories and experience that I have with my great-grandma. This story takes place in my great-grandma's past before I was even a thought before a lot of things. Anyway, when my grandma was little, so I don't know this story, like I wasn't around for this story, but I don't know, whenever I've been told about this story, I just dream about how beautiful it was and what a cool experience it would have been to be participating in this moment. So let's get back to it. Okay. Accordion Nights by Judy Lou Benavente. Okay. As dinner is over and dishes are clean, the floor is swept tidy. All this is routine. The homework is finished and packed all away. Fern backs out the screen door, spritzing, spray, spray. The night breeze is pleasant, the shade of the trees. Folks coming home tired, most busy as bees. The children are playing, some leapfrog, some jacks. Here they're playing jacks. Fern settles down happy. It's time to relax. Fern is my great-grandma. So this is who the story is about. And these are her two kids. So this would be my grandma and my grandma's brother. Okay, it's time to relax. The big black box opens. Reach down, heave ho! The instrument's heavy. Let's give it a go. Fingers set, strap tight, her hands on the keys. Fern calls the kids over to sit at her knees. I hope that my lisp is not too frustrating as I read this, because I do have a lisp. Actually, this shouldn't be any more frustrating than watching any of my videos, so I will nix that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, old Irish tune. The notes fill the air in the light of the moon. As neighbors come round, they gather to hear the accordion keys jingle. They play loud and clear. Rum pum pum, hear the refrain. Some humming, some whistling, even old Uncle Dane. Not a neighbor around can help but join in on this calm summer night. Their faces all grin. While yawning, the people now say their good nights. Each go inside and turn off the lights. The crickets sing too as the crowd tapers thin. Fern plays one last tune before going back in. So that's the story, and then at the end I have a couple extra pages that I included for my nieces and nephews, telling a little bit about where the story came from. So I will read that. These are some really cute photos. When my grandma Judy was a kid, so my grandma is Judy. She moved from Chicago, Illinois to Phoenix, Arizona with her family. In Phoenix, Grandma Judy lived in a trailer. Her mom Fern would play the accordion at nights for all the neighbors to hear. So here's a picture of the family photo. It's so cute because they have like their Coke cans or I don't know what soda. And I don't know, it just seems so quintessential 1940s, 50s. Oh, I love it. So this is my great-grandma. This is my great-grandma with her husband and her two kids, my grandma and her brother. This is another picture of my grandma. I think they're a little older there. You can tell that these photos came straight out of like a family history book, which I also love that touch of, I mean, the photos are written on. Ugh. Judy loved to play outside, playing Tarzan and climbing trees. She also loved sports and was very good at them. I also love, so this is the house that they lived in. And this is my grandma's favorite tree, which is adorable because she really did love to play Tarzan. Like she would be Tarzan, she'd be climbing in the tree. She was crazy. She could like keep up with the boys better than most, better than I ever could. Anyway, so these are just really fun photos. Okay, then I included our family tree. So here's some younger pictures of my mom and dad. They're so cute. They're like, I don't know, 8, 10, I don't know. And then some pictures of their parents and grandparents. So it's like it's a literal family tree. The last few pages are just songs, and I included these old songs because all of these old songs came from a songbook that my great-grandma had, and she would play these old songs. These are the old songs that she used to play. So The first one is the one that I remember that I love. Okay, so I want to sing this this song that she used to always sing, which I love. Oh! So it goes, my wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake, she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. Oh, I love it. Anyway, there's lots of songs here that she used to sing. So those are a couple of those pages. And then the end pages, which I'm really sad about because I didn't double check, and I had the original book that I printed. I felt like the contrast here was just way too much, being so dark and so light. So I brought it down, but I forgot to bring it down on both files, because the file that you submit for the cover is different than the inside. So I updated it for the inside, but I didn't update the cover file, and now I'm annoyed that it's half and half. And this is the back cover. Okay, I'm gonna pause for a second and talk a little bit about my sponsor, which is Ink and Paper Studios. I am the founder of Ink and Paper Studios. We're an animation studio. If you're looking for animation, illustration, or design that is as wholesome and uplifting as the stories that you want to tell, look no further. At Ink and Paper Studios, we bring creativity to life with a playful and heartwarming touch, perfect for families, kids, and everyone in between. From captivating animations to charming illustrations and thoughtful designs, we help brands, publishers, and creators share meaningful stories that inspire and delight. Let's make magic together. If you go to inkandpaperstudios.com, you can get started. Maybe I'll go through and add a little thing. So I did some, when I was doing this book, and maybe this will go somewhere else, I don't know, but when I was doing this book, I did some research about the actual trailer that they lived in, and I couldn't totally find like an indoor plan or anything, so I just tried to make it similar. This obviously looks much bigger and less cramped than it would have been, but this is the inside of their trailer. And then here where it says, Fern backs out the screen door, spritzing spray spray. She was a very practical woman. And so she would, instead of just going out the door normal, she would back out of the door. And while she's backing out, she would spray. And this is what old bug spray used to look like, which is so cool. But she would spray the bug spray as she backed out, and then shut the door on it so that even if so that bugs wouldn't come in, and maybe if they even did, they would die, so to keep bugs out of the house, which is important in Arizona. And also kind of fun, I included in all of these illustrations, there's these 3 little crickets that are in all of the pages, that if you were to ever get a copy yourself, which would depend on me even putting it up for sale. But these little crickets are in every page, in every spread, and these 3 little crickets are just like really cute. Anyway, it's this cute little thing that you can look for throughout. But the crickets are also kind of fun because I love that crickets sing. And when I was little, there were a few times, I also grew up in a trailer, and there were a few times that like crickets would get trapped in our trailer somewhere, but they're really hard to find. I think they were behind our washing machine or something. And so at night, I just have this nostalgic memory of the crickets singing at night when we were like going to bed or getting ready or whatever. Anyway, I love crickets. It's kind of weird, but okay. So here you have people coming home. Here she is. You can see the spray that's coming out, because she's slamming the door real quick, and then her kiddos that are playing. Here she settles down happy, which is how I feel after a really busy day. And then it says the big black box opens. Her accordion really was in a big black box, and it still is. We still have it. Anyway, so a little homage. Fingers set, strapped tight, her hands on the keys. Fern calls the kids over. So I also loved this illustration. It was really fun to do because I love the idea of the music starting in a place and then it just kind of starts to make its way everywhere, right? It just kind of floats through the air, and it's that music that starts bringing everyone together and to come listen, to participate, to sing, to be together. So I love, it's almost like a call to everyone, like, oh, the night is over and it's time, like everyone, time to relax and time to come together and be together. Here's the little crickets right here. 1, 2, 3. I really love this illustration because I love this idea. She would come out at night and to finish the evening. And this was in Arizona, in like the Phoenix area. And the beautiful thing about Arizona nights, no matter how hot it is, the nights are always so cool and beautiful. And so I love this idea of the day ending, people coming home tired, my great grandma that was like tending to the house and doing all the many things that she had to do and taking care of the kids. And then as the day comes to a close, instead of going to Netflix like everyone does nowadays, she would go out on her front porch in a trailer park in Phoenix because she'd just moved there out of nowhere and, well, out of Chicago. And she'd like get, I don't know, start playing the accordion. And I think that's such a beautiful, in the cold breeze, playing the accordion, the neighbors coming around, singing together. Like what a unifying and beautiful experience that I think that I don't know. To me, it seems like it's out of a dream. Maybe I very much romanticize it. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, that's why I love this idea. Rum-pa-pum. Old Uncle Dane just rhymed really well, but I like the idea of having like some, I don't know, grouchy old guy that lives on the, like also lives in a trailer in the trailer park, and that he, I don't know, like is only happy at nights when he's like humming or something. I don't know. So here I love this page because they're all like together, hugging each other, dancing, having fun, singing along, just this very unified, beautiful moment. And then here they all start to leave and saying their goodbyes because it's time to go to bed. The kids are tired. And then here Fern plays one last tune before going to bed. And here you can see the kids have already started to go to sleep, and then she's putting them to bed here. This is in the window. So I loved one of the concepts that I wanted to accomplish with this book was about like I wanted it to be a really nice good night book. And so I thought it would be really fun for the colors and the whole book to start in the early evening, like dawn, and for the colors to just get darker and darker and darker, and for it to feel more like, okay, the night is ending and now it's time to go to sleep, right? And to kind of get calmer. So it kind of starts and things are kind of winding down and people are excited and then they're having fun and rum-pa-pa-bum and all of this. And then as it goes, everything starts to just like settle down, and she plays one last tune before going to bed. So that was something I really wanted to accomplish with this. So if you really like this, or if this was interesting or fun, then you can subscribe or stay tuned till next week, because next week I'm going to talk about the process and it's going to be really, really interesting. So yeah, I will see you soon.